Speech and Language Link held a coffee morning to raise awareness of DLD. Did you know that 1 in 14 people have a developmental language disorder? Here at Speech and Language Link, we're passionate about supporting people with DLD. Let's find out how much people knew about DLD. What do you know about DLD?
I'm guessing language problems in adults and children, I'd assume.
I did, but I've forgotten. So if you can tell.
What do you think people with DLD might find difficult?
For me, if I was in a classroom and didn't know, I didn't understand what was going on, I'd find that really difficult because you just kind of look at everybody else and I guess try and follow, but of course if you don't understand it, then yeah, it would be really frustrating. I think intimidating as well and a bit, embarrassing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd imagine it'd be scary to actually bring it up in class as well. I think that's probably one of the main issues.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it's really hard for children and for adults to say that they haven't understood or to ask for help. So absolutely, that's a real difficulty for people with DLD. What sort of impact would it have on someone?
I think if you're a child who's grown up with DLD, going into adulthood, you must still have that kind of doubt in your head. So employability might be an issue here and there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can imagine it'll be difficult to, especially just expressing their emotions and how they're feeling, maybe if they're struggling with a task or trying to get the attention that they need to be able to progress. That can be quite challenging. And even within friendship groups as well, if someone doesn't have the same or they communicate differently to them, I can imagine it being quite frustrating.
How would you know someone has DLD? But do you think if a child with language difficulties just follows everyone else's lead, what might the teacher think?
I suppose they might think that they understand and that they are, as able as everybody else because they're doing the same thing. But I suppose it can be difficult to kind of identify if a child's struggling if they're just copying, everybody else. So
that's why DLD is such a hidden disability.
Yeah, I've never heard of it before today. So yeah, it's really interesting.
What do you think would help people with DLD?
I think the support from peers and those around them, and probably employers as well, kind of understanding that this might be a possible barrier for someone with DLD, might help them have the confidence to progress.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's difficult. I don't know, because I suppose there's nothing that, if everybody else is doing the same thing, following along, but there's nothing really that would help unless you were maybe to have private conversations, private support, one-to-ones. But yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's really hard, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Children with DLD in the classroom, they often need to see what they're doing in order to understand. So visual support is really, really important to them as well as following other children. So I'm going to give you some instructions and you're going to make something with a piece of paper in front of you. Okay?
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Fold the paper in half by folding the lower left kutochok to the upper right kutochok. Doblas the left corner to the upper right kutochok.
Okay.
Upper left corner to the upper right corner.
Fold the bottom corner to the upper right kutochok. Turn the paper over horizontally. Draw the colour and you're finished.
Really difficult. I don't know what I'm even supposed to be making.
Brilliant.
Let's just draw a little face. Okay, there we go. Ooh. A bird. There we are.
Would you like to see one I
Yes,
made
please. I
earlier?
would very much. Oh, yes. I've not made a fox.
So how easy was that?
That was very difficult. In the second half, I felt like I was doing really good. But now I don't feel like I've done so good. Gosh, that was difficult.
So why did... I'll show you what that's what
So it's a fox.
fox. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was lost after, I think, the third instruction.
And why did you find them difficult to follow?
Some of it because I didn't know the words. I think some of the words were in a different language, and some of them, the instructions weren't. I didn't know which right corner really. Some of the time, I just didn't. I just got lost.
They're almost the same.
So it's a little fox. So why was it hard?
With just a few words, actually, just those few words of not knowing which bits, the speed was fine, actually the non-repetition to start with, but then having just even replacing those few words, you couldn't do it. It made no sense.
So how did you find that?
Really difficult.
And why was it so hard?
I couldn't understand the instructions always, and there were some words I didn't know in there.
If I'd have had some sort of visual, if I'd either known what I was meant to be making, or if I'd have had some sort of instructions, or if you'd have showed me with your hands, that would have helped, if I'd have known what I was meant to be doing. Yeah.
Well, I think you did pretty well, Nancy. And you know, why don't you take your...
Oh, thank you so much, Kabaza, away.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't really know what a few of the words that you were saying were, so yeah, it was very stressful.
And how did you get around that when you didn't know the word?
I just used the context, so when you said upper right, catcha, I think, I just imagined, I thought you said corner. So, and then the other words, when there wasn't any context, I kind of just guessed.
Now you know about DLD, who will you tell? Did you know Speech and Language Link supports children with speech, language and communication needs in over 4,000 schools? Visit our information site, our parent portal, or contact our help desk for more information.